back this morning talking about some more chords and learning how to name all your chords. And I start teaching one-on-one till later this afternoon, but I always like to give people lots of stuff to work on and kind of study as years go by and get all this information because there's just so much of it. But anyways, I'd like to start off with, we did talk about notes and naming all our notes on the guitar. Last night we talked a bit about naming minor and major chords. So here's a major and a minor with root note on string 6. If you haven't seen that lesson, then go back to my YouTube channel and check out naming all the notes on your guitar first, because that falls into place with now naming all your chords on your guitar. So last night we talked about minors, taking this E minor shape and using fingers 3 and 4 so that we could get finger 1 free to bar as we move it forward. And that would be F sharp minor, or F minor, sorry, because there's no sharps or flats between E and F. So now we're here at F minor. Move up one more, we get F sharp minor, and then we talked about the major keys, the same rule would follow. And then we talked about sevens, dominant 7 chords. Usually a 5 chord in a key, but I mean in blues they can all be 7s. All your 1, 4, 5 chords could be 7s. The next chords that I wanted to talk about was root note on the 5th string. So most people know, and if you don't, that's fine too, but this is an A minor chord. It looks a lot like E minor, but you take fingers 2 and 3 down one string and add finger 1 on string 2, fret 1. And we get this cool A minor shape here. I would do majors first, but I find it's really hard for beginners. I mean, some people will play it like that. We'll talk about majors. Really should go from major to minor because that's how we compare chords with our ears and theory. But just for understanding your chords for now, because this is an easier shape to try to get through this, this is A minor because this is the root note A. This is your A string. And then this would be A sharp minor because we just sharpened the A and now it's A sharp minor. Moving up from there is B minor. Moving up from there we get C minor. And all this is still the same shape as A minor. I mean, wouldn't sound too good if I did this and I wasn't barring. Some spots it does, like there. But that's why we bar, because we got to close off these open strings now and sharpen them all up as we're moving forward. These open strings have to move forward with you, with your hand. Otherwise, we get all these open strings ringing around. But like I said, some of them can sound nice. Like that sounds great. There's reasons why. I mean, on this chord here, we've got an A with a C sharp minor. We can talk more about all that and why that all works as we keep going on with our lessons and understanding our theory on the guitar. It's really good and handy to know. So start now and get used to knowing all this stuff so that when you want to improv, you can be really quick at changes and things like that. So again, A minor, A sharp minor, B minor. We know there's no sharps or flats between B and C, so that would be C minor. C sharp minor. What comes after C in the alphabet would be D. In the musical alphabet, we have sharps and flats, so this would next one we'd be sharpening this D to D sharp minor. And if we kept going, we would say after D in the alphabet comes E, so E minor. And then after E, we said there's no sharps or flats between E and F in music. That applies for all theory. So even on a piano, all instruments, there's no sharps or flats between B and C and E and F. So E minor, F minor, F sharp minor, G minor, G sharp minor, and then A minor we got. Back to the start, right? So if this is A minor here, and I bring it just past the 12th fret and bar, same chord. Yeah, so pretty handy to do some picking like this, maybe. Now you can hear that low A minor. And if we now we can go to like a D minor, thinking 1, 4, 5 chords in the key of A. Just random, trying to do some stuff, be creative. So now you can hear the low and the high, same notes, but it's an octave higher. And I can think if I'm on A minor, I can count up 4 A minor. That would be a B half diminished. C, and then D minor could be your 4 chord. So if we know this is A minor to D minor, our 5 chord could be E minor. Now we got, 3 chords that work well together. So once you can remember where they are, I mean, here's D minor in open position. And then you can use your E minor here too. So now you've got 2 spots to kind of be creative with and try to make up some cool melodies, some words to sing along. So now I'll use the higher ones, the bar chords. This time we're going to go to E major. So pretty cool. Just knowing 1, 4, 5 chords in A minor and trying to do something creative with that. Yeah, so we talked about minor chords now, root note on string 5. So that was A minor, A sharp minor, B minor, C minor, C sharp minor, D minor, D sharp minor, E minor, F minor, F sharp minor, G minor, G sharp minor, back to A minor. All right. So now we've learned my majors, minors, sevenths, root note on string 6 from the last video. And now we're learning all our minors and majors, root note, string 5. Pretty cool. So we know how to play A. If we don't, it would be the 2nd fret. And finger 1, 2, and 3 would all 3 would be in the 2nd fret. From strings 4, 3, 2 to the open. From there, what you would do is you could think if I just slid those 3 up and played only those 3, that would be A sharp major. Very major sounding. Here's the difference between a major, A major, A minor. So same rule that we used when we did E major and E minor. E major sounds happy, A minor. One note difference changed the whole sound of that chord. Amazing. Yeah, so you know the difference between the sounds of a major and a minor. So if this is A major, and I slide these up, I'd have to try to get this A string to be the same as these. I'd have to sharpen it up. B flat. I'd have to make it a B flat. All right, and then from there I would go to B major. Now this is the way classical players will do it. They'll use all 3 fingers. I don't usually play them like that. I bar them like this. And then I can seem to get, it was very hard for me to get this finger to be able to bend backwards and press on 3 strings at once while pressing down here, especially on an acoustic. So if you're finding all these tough, then maybe grab an electric. It's a little bit easier on your hand. Okay, we'll go through our majors. I'm going to do it as a bar because I'm used to barring these 3 strings, whether it's this finger, and then I can get lots of bluesy things going. Or I bar it like this so that when I'm playing bar chords, I can still get this kind of thing happening. So I'm going to use that finger and teach you how to remember the name of all your major chords, root note on 5. So A major, A sharp major, and all I'm really doing with this finger is pressing on string 5. Well, this one here is barring. I can remember when I first learned it, I tried to use my pinky to help finger 3 build some strength and be able to press all those notes and make them clear. Yeah, so we got B, I would call it B flat major, but because we're working forward and raising the chord sound, I'll call it A sharp major, B major, C major, C sharp major, D major, D sharp major, E major, no sharps or flats between E and F, so F major, F sharp major, G major, G sharp major, and A major again. Very cool. All right, so that's your majors and minors, guys. Root note on string 5 for today. Yeah, so great thing to know. Learn all the names of your chords. It's not too hard. Just remember the musical alphabet. If you're starting on the top string, that's E. So your first chord, whether it's this shape or this shape, is an E. And then this one's your minor. This one's your major. Same rule would apply down here. This is a major. A string is your 5th string for A major, A minor. And all we're doing is sliding these up, going A minor, A sharp minor. And if you didn't watch the other tutorial on how to name all your notes on the guitar, that's where this lesson started with and slowly progresses into more and more theory. All right, I hope this helps everybody learn all the names of their chords so they don't have to go searching around how to play different chords, and they can just figure it out on their own. Have a great day, and we will see you probably tomorrow again. I think I'm just going to keep doing different lessons about theory. I don't really see any comments coming on, so I don't really know who's here and who isn't. Last night we had a bit of a heckler, and that's okay. We like hecklers because I find them very funny. You know, they don't realize how hard it is to even teach somebody how to play a craft or even create musicians. And some people think, you know, back in the day, Charlie Watts would go watch other drummers to learn different tricks and stuff. So think of music, if it's something you want to do, guys, who's ever watching and who's not a heckler and is not out here to just be negative. Music is tricks that have been passed on for decades and years of guys figuring stuff out and freaking people out by making all these cool sounds. You know, like I said, Charlie Watts would go watch other drummers to, you know, figure out things, go to different clubs, and all musicians do that. We share our talents and what happens is music is the gift that keeps on giving. So, I mean, as you keep learning, you get that because there's so much more that keeps coming up, and you keep learning and learning, and there's really no end to it. So enjoy your music. Don't rush it. Don't think, oh, I got to get to this point in my life, and just enjoy it. And, you know, it's like reading a book or whatever. Eventually you will probably want to do it a lot more. The more you keep playing and the more you keep learning, it becomes addicting because you're finding all these cool sounds and yeah, all these cool passageways on your guitar and things that we don't hear a lot of every day today, like Bach and Beethoven used to do, and I'm still learning a lot about that stuff. Anyways, have a great day, and I hope this video helps you know all the names of your chords. Bye for now, everybody.